Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo. This is the Light of the East campaign and I'm feeling good. Thank you so very much for joining me. We are burning down Italy and it's a great time. Are we going to bother sieging down this fort? It's only level 2, so probably, but there's not that much wealth here, so maybe not. We are completing our vast burning down here, and in the last episode, or one of the last few episodes, we decided that we're going to slightly expand our European borders. I think we're going to allow ourselves... What the heck was that noise? I feel like I just heard someone whistle at me. That's really weird. We're going to slightly expand our European borders to include Corsica and Sardinia. So in this war, we will probably endeavour to take both of them. Yeah, both of them. Well, that might cause a problem if we also take this land. Let's see, 68. No, that's manageable. So we're going to take Corsica... one more here. Corsica and Sardinia and that bit. Still manageable? Yeah, it's a very manageable coalition. And, yeah, it should be good. Starting to get our, our proper Mediterranean foothold. Gives us some power in the Tyrrhenian Sea. We'll, of course, try and build as big a city as we possibly can in both of these provinces, to attempt to counterbalance some of the trade power in the Tyrrhenian node so that we get more power in turn in the Aegean. In the last episode, glorious glory be, Renaissance is spreading in Constantinople, which is obviously amazing. We also have it spreading here because we've now got our center of our intellectual center there, which we will try and upgrade. Probably going to get some renowned universities and things like that. Get the Chaldiki one going nicely as well, so that it can spread to our empire from multiple places. We've got one going in Athens now. You can really see, I mean, we've got two new ones down here. You can really see the impact of our cultural investment across the empire. For now, in terms of loot, we are looking at about 3,400 so far in this campaign, which is not bad in this campaign. By campaign, I mean this military campaign to Italy. I know conquering this area slightly goes outside the remit of the campaign, and I make no apology for it, essentially. I think it's going to make the campaign more fun, which is, after all, the most important thing. Let's try and get the Siege of Rome started. That's obviously the most important looting target here. The Eternal City will be burnt to the ground, and only then will I permit it to die by bringing it into a subject state. Alright, good. That siege begins. We'll obviously send in some artillery from these ones once they've finished. And then a campaign against Naples seems prudent, although we'll be at quite high aggressive expansion after we seize large sections of Sardinia and all of Corsica. Okay. We are not taking tech in Diplo. We have started taking it in admin to unlock empire ideas, which we have filled out already all the way. Amazing. We have Tributaries, thanks to the wonderful new submod. Are there any that are close to accepting it? Medri Barry was close, that's right. But then everyone else, they basically are either hostile to us or we are not neighbors, because we obviously haven't been very kind to our neighbours. I'm foreseeing Tributaries being a useful thing to do, like for tiny little desert dwelling tribal nations that we don't really care about. We don't want to conquer their lands yet. We'll conquer their lands in the fullness of time, potentially, but since we don't want to conquer their lands yet, I think that would be prudent. Manpower is declining, but not that quickly. It's cranking because of our advisor right now. He's really helping out a lot. Is it actually declining month on month at the moment? Let's take a look here. 94749. That's going up very slightly. Oh no, sorry, that went down by about 200 with the current sieges. But obviously, we're going to reduce the numbers on some of these sieges bit by bit as the our victory becomes more assured now that they have barely any army left to oppose us. It's not really too much of a problem. Oh, actually, that's a good point. I think they fixed it on modern, more updated versions of the game, where if you set this amount of money, because this quantity of money is based on their income, right? And their income declines as you occupy them, so it's often lower at the end of the war than it was earlier. I think they fixed it in more recent versions of the game, such that that doesn't happen. But I'm not sure if this update actually has that fixed. So we should take advantage of that. In short. Let's get this siege started as well. We're out of generals, right? No, we're not. Okay. Stop there a second then. Bring a general. And we're going by sea, of course, because the fort in Rome prevents us from moving past it. Other than that, in terms of investment, we are trying to build everything we can in Constantinople. Just really trying to get that biggest city in Europe bonus. It's very, very challenging. Urban gravity, 520,000 compared to urban gravity in Paris of 578,000. And we only have a few more buildings we can build. Literally, like one, basically, that has any significant impact. But that is a 10% urban gravity modifier. You never know, man. You never know. Plus, it might get us a better center of trade, which helps with urban gravity as well. After that, there's not a lot we can do until we get better admin tech here, diplotech here, admin tech here. That's admin tech 18. That's not that far away, actually. And then, obviously, if we have a mayor's palace while Paris languishes with a great city hall, we will be we'll definitely pull ahead of them. That's what we're doing with money right now. The most important thing, and our estates are very loyal because we gave them privileges to deal with our period of instability, which is obviously not great, but what are you going to do? Let's give them a magnificent gift. But then apart from that, what we're doing with money is we are investing in our education system, because we are now stupidly wealthy, and we deserve an education system whose wealth reflects the phenomenal quantity of income that our nation possesses. If we take a look right now, we're spending only 4 ducats a month on education. So we should increase this, actually. Like, we're targeting level 5 right now. Screw it. Screw it. Give me level 6. See if I care. Let's see what that does to our monthly education spending. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, let's not do that. That's Jesus Christ. That's a little much. How much did that go up to? Yeah, that increased it to like 60 ducats a month. Okay, we'll target 5 for now. But either way, they're missing 4,000 ducats. So the loot from this war is going directly into the education system. Subjects with high liberty desire. Armenia is peeved. Hey, Armenia, calm down. What's wrong with you? Nothing particularly wrong with you. We might want to start annexing them, because we have, we'd be able to get 0 autonomy in some of their, sorry, not 0, but 50% autonomy in some of their provinces. The way we'd probably do it is a road here, 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 and then up here, and then it would kind of link to a road that connected here. So coming at it from both ends. Well, hey. So yeah, an Armenian integration might be called for. I'm not sure why our subjects are right, because I set them to do that. We're sorting by bonus. No. Sure, just sort by loyalty desire for now. You can't transfer trade from tributaries, by the by. It's a shame they got rid of protectorates. I liked protectorates. I think they should bring them back. I know they won't. It's been years. I'm still harping on it, but I would like protectorates to come back, personally. Hello, Deriak in chat. It's going very well, thank you. We've gained Kaffa. Now, Kaffa we might actually get with the event, because it's like a third of the aggressive expansion. But no, aggressive expansion is not a problem. Monarch points have been a real problem for us this campaign. So we should prioritize monarch points. Let's bring the cannons in. You've got a level 2 siege. They don't have a siege leader, so let's bring the siege leader with us, and then we can actually start making some headway on this Roman siege. Should be great. Their landing will unfortunately get delayed by this brief combat with the papal ships, but I can't imagine it will last very long unless you didn't get that. In case you didn't get that from the word brief. So we got a fair amount of money out of here, but we will obviously have to come back and burn Italy down again. This is not a one-stop solution to getting all the money out of Italy. We will return on a regular basis from now on. Basically, we're going to do our utmost to burn Italy to the ground. Right, so next siege is going to fall on this tick, no question, 1000% guaranteed, told you. And this guy's the best siege leader, so we'll bring him and his cannons down here, and then we'll see how we're going on cannon bonus. Should we loot the last province? It's got so little local wealth because it just built a building, but, well, actually that's a state-built building, not province-built building, but anyway. Level 2 bonus from artillery here because we've got 8 but less than 12. So we could get 12, but realistically won't. So let's send one of the cannons away. Or, well, several. There we go. Good stuff. Do we barrage? No, because we need the mill points to try and stay ahead of time on military tech, which is the only thing securing our innovativeness right now. Our innovativeness is getting up there, so it's worth protecting. So, next war. Oh, right, yes, we were also trying to flesh out some workshops and corporation guilds, but we should save the money for the education system first. Gain some corruption. It's going down slightly. Not as much as it was, because we gave them those extra privileges, but, you know, you do what you can. Right, so Siege of Rome. How much is this going to get us in glorious loot? 1,180 ducats. It will actually be less than that, of course. We'll destroy all the local wealth, or almost all the local wealth, but you only get, like, 20% of what you destroy. I don't know what the actual modifier is, and there is a kind of looting efficiency, kind of like enslavement efficiency in Imperator. This guy only needs 13. Let's cut down. Let's cut down on the excessive attrition that we're taking. No need to have our glorious young men of Turkey die just because of that. So, the only thing you lose is unrest and some missionary strength rather than manpower. Is that right? I swear you lose more manpower from wrong culture religions in MEIOU and taxes, but I must be wrong because it doesn't look like you do. Burgers, you're getting richer. How much money have you got for me available on tap right now? 1,000 ducats. Yes, please. I'll take it and I'll give it straight to the education system. I would like to make a one-time endowment of 1,500 ducats. And I expect results. I expect level 5 education. That will be the only outcome that I shall accept. And I want it fairly soon. Speaking of education, how goes the institution spread? It's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, it's also spreading in KOTOR, I forgot. You know KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, it's getting there. That'll be good. We could do with a art corporation there as well. And just general urbanization. Let's get the art corporation going up in KOTOR. And then this place, we were working on building a bit more industry here because that's one of our relay ports to get up north. You have a level 2, don't you? Yeah. Level 3 requires what? Diplo 22. Okay, so if we were up to date on Diplotech, we could actually have level 3 dockyards right now, which is a pretty huge upgrade. I think it's about 10% better communication efficiency by sea. So that's, yeah, it's getting pretty important. So not stated this lot, but yeah, we need to focus on converting these areas because these are the areas, not the Bulgarian ones, the Greek ones. Because these are the areas that we can get free cores on once they're our religion. We will protect our trade. Thank you very much. We've got 2 cannons available there. Almost 1 here. We could almost get the extra bonus. We have increased our education level to 5. Amazing. So we're slightly overfunding it, is what I'm seeing. Because it went up by 1% last year. Despite us only needing... I mean, maybe... maybe we can afford it. Let's target... Like, increase this... Because it's targeting 45 right now, which is above where we need it to be. What about if we target 51? Yeah, we're losing money if we do that. So I think, I mean, we can't really afford 600 ducats. Well, hang on. 600 ducats a year. Why can't I afford this? 54 ducats a month. How does that take me from positive 120 to negative? This can't be right. Like when I advance advise for help, target level 5, and then reduce it by a few points. Because we don't need it to actually go all the way. Now we're looking at plus 100. That seems wrong. Why are we... How is it managing to swing that much? Well, I suppose we just don't worry about it, basically. We also shouldn't target 102. Sorry, 42. We should target just 41. And it's going up. Like, why is it going up so much when we're only targeting 42, and yet it thinks it needs another 2,000 ducats? I think it's overspending. Like, I'm tempted to... Like, ask advice for help. Could go down another level. And just target 40. It doesn't need to go higher than 40. Let's take a look, by the way. Look at that. Fair bonus. We get 5% tech cost and 2.5% idea cost. And an extra 10% institution spread, which means... You're going to get it in Constantinople. Like, what is that? 9 years earlier than we expected. Pretty good. Oh, it's also spreading here now. Oh, it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. We should build a Center of Art and Culture there as well. Centers of Art and Culture, these art things, they're pretty good. And they help with urban gravity as well. Like, they're not a lot, but they're not worthless. It's not like you're just spending them for tech. Alright, come on. Give me like a lucky win here so I can put the cannons in and get the 12 bonus. Hey! The walls of Rome come tumbling down. What's the song? The bell tolls or something? The Sabaton song about defense of Rome against siege. I forget. But we should probably deal with this, actually. Ideally, they would not be they would not be permitted to relieve that siege. Though also, ideally, I wouldn't fight them. Let's just land next to them. I bet we can scare them away. What do you reckon? Are they going to run as soon as I land? No? Well, if I'm going to fight them, I'm going to fight them 2-1. They're not going to win it on 21%. I guarantee it. For whom the bell tolls is Metallica. Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking of. The Last Stand. That's the song I'm thinking of. Good song. Arriving on the 24th. Arriving on the 26th. So we wait 1 day. And then we go in. And hopefully they don't win on this tick. Come on. You wouldn't do it to me. Hey, they didn't do it to me. Fantastic. Alright. Then we land with all our extra guys, and we sack wipe the Pope. A new plague. That sounds Indian to me. Chandurapur. Must be like East India. Oh, not a bad guess. Well, we're going to get another plague. Is it a bad one? Oh, it's a bad one. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh well. We will make do. We will survive. No unnecessary attrition for you. And cannons down here. Stuff. Slave uprising shouldn't be a problem. Mazaran has declared war. Gonna enjoy burning them down at some point. They've got a fair amount of loot over there. Will be good stuff. We're not taking Kaffa. I'm not giving you my precious points. Hath death not quenched his thirst? You know we're going with the herd immunity strategy on plagues. We're just going to let them happen. Many of our people will die. This is a price we are willing to pay, etc., etc. Give me an art corporation in Bulgaria, please. New workshop, new corporation guild down here. I'm not even sure I built that. I think that was an estate one. Nice. We are now getting called for peace, which is problematic. Excuse me. The successor. The caliph has passed away. Now it's time to appoint his successor. Swear fealty to the new caliph. Excuse me? I'm the caliph. This is not how religious leadership works in caliphates. What do you mean the caliph has passed away? I'm going to bug report this because I'm not sure if that's intentional. Because he's not dead. That's odd. What do we get? A controversial religious head. More missionary strength, but less stability. That's honestly not that bad. We can summon a religious advisor. Because our religious head is not happy with... Our religious head must be willing to obey us. What does it do? Don't really need a new religious head, to be honest. We're quite happy with our admin tech costs cheapo man. Is it time to disinherit again? You know, I think it is. Give me a new favorite, please. You look at the one you get and you say he's not good enough. And you go... I think I'll take the most devout one. And you get a claim if you pick this one. And take the skill. 626. He's not superb because he's not great on Diplo, but he's great on admin, great on mill. He'll be good. The plague is bad. Yeah, severe plague. Hopefully it gets diffused as it comes over the... comes over the... whatever you call them. Iranian mountain range. Alright, come on. Win this siege. Win the siege. Ah. Humbug. Okay. We might as well start ferrying men home. Or at least to land that we're going to own at the end of the war. Excellent. War coming to a close. Not much additional loot. Actually, up to 5,300. These two provinces were pretty huge on the loot side. Now, no longer. Here, look at this. I know a funny way we can demonstrate the damage we've done to Italy. Let's wait for the war to end, and then I'll show you. This will be funny. Although I don't know how regularly it recalculates loot. Oh, we're at cap on Diplotech. I do miss the update where this icon comes up when you're like close to being full. What could we spend Diplo points on right now? It isn't tech. We could persuade the estates to build roads. It's one thing, I suppose. So like in Haleb, we could do with roads. But they don't actually have enough. What about in Beirut? No. What about in Damascus? Nope. Let's just buy the tech, dude. Let's get tech that and tech that. I mean, I'm tempted to just get the other two as well, because we could really do with the poor warehouses. But it's so much more expensive than it will be when we don't have Renaissance. No, stand true to your beliefs, Christo. We will not unnecessarily buy tech. One more siege. Beautiful. Extra bit of wealth yoinked. Alright, now cannons. Cannons to Rome. Plague has come. Oh, thank goodness. It showed up as mild. Not as low as it could have been, but mild in the capital is really, really good news, of course. Alright. Do we not still have enough cannons? I thought we had enough cannons when we had everyone in. Oh my god! We lost like 6,000 men in a totally unnecessary naval battle there. That's unfortunate. That's why you don't do rum and coke and Paradox Games, kids. Alcohol rots your brain. Alright. You don't have any more cannons in here. No. Do you have the cannons? Is that why I was getting confused? No. Alright, now we're up to 12. Okay, come on. Give me that. Give me that. 42. I believe. I believe. Come on. Ah! Food shortages at least progress. Genoa, you are not permitted to have a navy. I'm afraid you lost naval privileges. So we're going to go burn them down. How much war exhaustion are we up to? Still declining at the moment. Demand for call for peace, rather. Hasn't got too high yet. Not a big deal. Meanwhile, Siege of Rome, final siege of the war, coming to a close. Great that we got to burn down Siena in this war as well. Very handy. I think, honestly, it's kind of, after about 3 full loot wars of all of Italy, like of every individual province, we'll have Italy looking like Hungary, basically. A kind of backwater without much in the way of industry. I wonder how much we'd get from privateering the Tyrrhenian Sea. Probably not too much. But if we combine it with our new flagship, probably at least be better. Let's rally up the boats and have a look at what the various different income implications of the deployments of our navy are. Be nice to have the actual numbers rather than just guessing. So yeah, we'll have them gather up there. Good. Meanwhile, let's focus on the important cities. So this one that we're trying to grow could do with, I mean, yeah, sure, we could get a good little local trade thing going on over here. That seems prudent. It is still a Aegean node, so it's still very valuable and important region for our long-term trade success. And there goes the Siege of Rome. Amazing. Do we really only get 100 ducats to the local wealth, or has that not recalculated? I suspect it's not recalculated. So, these guys I will black flag and then have them walk home, I think. And the rest can get on boats and then be transported home. Yeah, that seems fine. Because we don't have to go to the Alps this time, because there isn't a Veronian, whatever, fort blocking us. Okay. Oh, killed some of their peasants for them. It's unfortunate. Papal States, you can go now. I require your trade and your income. Oh, don't do that. I wish you to not ally with Bohemia or Hungary in the next little while. No real point making them release nations. That'll do. And that puts us back into very nearly positive prestige. And then Genoa. As discussed, you will be giving us your Mediterranean islands and your Black Sea holdings. And this will secure our grip over the entire coast of the Black Sea, which is wonderful. And its trade, of course. Although I think they were sending it on anyway, probably. And that'll be good. And we'll take your money as well. Your money and your war reps and your transfer trade. Boom! Done and dusted. And now we see how much total loot we got. Oh, baby. 8,400 ducats. Pretty damn good. We also took Kaffa, which means we get loads of extra trade power. 8,400 ducats. That is pretty good. And we will, of course, take a mere 10th and take the 8 stability points. Meanwhile, our education is still trending up. Well, it has actually been a year, but I suspect it's going to keep trending up, so we don't need to put more money into that. We could get even happier greater nobles, so we will. And then I think we will demote some greater nobles with military might. We lose 22 loyalty on the lesser nobles, which nonetheless keeps them as happy, which is good. They did get to demand a promotion, as you recall. So it's very good we're managing to demote them. And look at that. Our art centers are bulging and growing, and it's amazing. We are getting better and better spread from our many, many art centers that we've been working so hard on. It's beautiful. Where else should we be building? Oh no, the plague was harsh to Chaldiki and Athens. Oh, and Bursa. That's a shame. It's passed over a lot of our eastern provinces. Moderate plague through all of Egypt, though. That's not good. Chaldiki. You could do with... What's your population? 140,000? You could definitely do with the Craftsman's District. Let's get a Craftsman's District in Chaldiki as the next priority. That would be good. We need, but yeah, a bit more production in this region so we can get the major center of production. That will be nice. Good milestone. You guys come down here. You guys can go to Verona and then down here. You guys can do the same. I'm doing this just so that they're never in the same... They're unlikely to overlap, like be in the same province, and therefore take extra attrition. And look at that, our beautiful Tyrrhenian holdings. Fantastic. Let's take a look. Once it recalculates, and yeah, it's going to give us lots of demotions, we will destroy them. The Italian balance. I didn't consider this. This could be problematic. So this is basically saying is that we now have a new modifier, insignificant Italian. That's pretty broken. That's pretty funny. So the way this works is there's a modifier that goes from insignificant to dominating, and that's relative to your power in Italy. And it's designed to make it so that Italian states that start growing get loads of extra aggressive expansion and stuff like that, and to benefit the smaller Italian states. But it's giving us, the Ottomans, 25% advisor costs. I have to screenshot that. Because that is broken good. We're going to have like 10% advisor costs now. That's hilarious. What even are our advisor costs now? We're paying this guy 12 ducats. 12 ducats for a level 4 advisor. What is our actual modifier? Plus 4%? Come on. Plus 7% even. Just because of international influence? But yeah, once we conquer Sicily and a bit here, this will change. We will no longer be an insignificant Italian power. It will raise. So we can check our Italian power score. Our current power score is 0%. There's local, regional, major, dominant, menacing. And when you get to 66%, it disables the system. And what is it based on? Development in provinces. The power level is based on the development and art power of provinces owned in Italy compared to all other Italian provinces and non-Italian owned provinces. And non-Italian owned provinces. What? That doesn't make sense. Major and dominant powers have special options in a possible italic lead. That's cool. Okay, so our relative amount of power will be dependent on our relative control. So once we have all this land, and we have Sicily, and we have Bari, what we need to try and do is destroy the rest of Italy to such a great extent that we can be like a dominating Italian power with 66% of all the development in Italy, just holding this bit, and this bit. That's going to be really fun. Trying to make ourselves a dominant Italian power while owning like essentially none of Italy. Anyway, that was obviously highly successful. We got a bunch of loot that we have brought home to pad our already profitable lands with. For the last thing we're going to do in this episode, let's just work out where we want to be sending our fleet. So if the whole fleet protects trade in the Aegean, we are looking at an income of, and they might not get there this month. Many, many demotions, less nobles. We lost loot burden, of course. Are they going to get here this month? No. Looks like no. Many, many noble demotion pop-ups. Can we turn these off, by the way? Is there a setting? Doesn't look like it. Oh no, yeah, here we go. Show estate change events. No, thank you. Nice. Good guys, M&T devs, making these smart design decisions. Naples joined a coalition? Are you kidding me? I suppose if Hungary joined against us, then that would be a little worrying. But we could go and burn Hungary down. Oh no, Hungary's allied with France. France, you don't want to accept this. You don't want to accept this. Hey, Hungary, you're in a really bad state right now. Break your alliance with France. Or we might be able to do it. If relative strength of the alliance goes a little bit more in our favor, they would be willing to do that. So let's build a new army. Careful where you click. This costs 800 ducats. Build half a new army. We might be able to get our relative power high enough that we can persuade Hungary it would be a good idea to break their alliance with France. Which should be quite funny. I think I just clicked that twice, but how could I afford to click it twice if the whole point was it was too expensive? Hey, France. Hey, Hungary, even break your alliance. Relative strength of the alliance might take into account your manpower, of course, but it'd be good to have a bigger standing army anyway. Right, so our income went to 105 ducats. So let's say, hypothetically, we take... first off, the galleys should be in this navy. But let's say we take half of the navy and the main dude, and we go privateer the Tyrrhenian node, and the rest stay protecting the Aegean. So remember, our Aegean income before we did this is what? Oh, hang on. Did I not take the galleys? That was silly of me. I meant to take the galleys, but oh well. Or have I brought it in time? No. So we lose 7 ducats or so. Manpower low happened to us with 70,000 manpower. Wow, that's good. We lose 7 ducats. We get none because they haven't arrived yet. Okay. But you guys, when you arrive, we'll see how much you get. Costs us about 7 ducats in trade income. And obviously that's going to increase as time goes on. Because our trade is trending in one direction and it ain't negative. We need to get El Suez urbanizing so we can get bigger cities there. You're really still coalitioning me? Seems ill-advised. I really look forward to the AI attacking me in a coalition war at some point in this campaign because we're going to massacre them. It's going to be great. We are going to continue to make use of the talented men for whom we have room. Tempted to replace you with that guy because he was half price. Trade efficiency as well. Though less national tax, which is worth more than trade efficiency right now. Alright, you guys, see if you can arrive. I think they have arrived now, so this month should calculate it again. So we've got 97, just looking at it, you know, in the current month. 96.8, obviously the plague is slightly continuing to bias the results here. However, we got 7.6 from Spoils of War. Sorry, 9.3 from Spoils of War. Good. So we are, as I suspected, making more money from privateering the Tyrrhenian than we would be from protecting in the Aegean. So let's see if that holds true for more. So 96 ducats being made here now. What if I send another half of the navy to privateer somewhere else? The other thing we could do, of course, is protect down here. But I suspect that won't be necessary. So if you privateer the Adriatic, let's see how that goes. Ah, we have peasants' rise, okay. Let's go deal with them. Unfortunately, we let them take that fort, but oh well. Yeah, we have dominant control here now, and this province will need rebuilding. But because we, sadly, we had to burn it down in exchange for the wonderful opportunity to burn down Italy. But that's okay. It was worth it. We can also begin some cores here. 14,000 men should be more than enough to do this. We'll take, of course, our best leader, please. You guys all just rally up to Constantinople. All rally up to Constantinople. We're going to do some big military exercises in Constantinople. Get our military drill up there. Right, so we lost another 4 ducats here. However, we gained 4 ducats in the Adriatic. And for reasons that I think are relatively obvious, it's better to steal money from your opponents because that means they're losing it. Though I suppose they are gaining it if you let it slip through the Aegean as well. But yeah, I think we're going to stick with these 2 privateering fleets for now. And what we'll do is we'll just build up the other one. So the Aegean will also trend in the right direction as we build up our new trade fleet. But either way, it's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you ever so very much for watching. It's been a great pleasure to have you with me. I will see you all in the next episode. Not sure what we're going to do in the next episode. We're still trying to get Hungary to break their alliance with France. Getting there. Oh, getting there. We'll see. We'll see. If their war exhaustion keeps going up, we'll be in a good spot. Apart from that, I don't think we really want to demand anything. We could demand tons of manpower for these guys, but glad to see that we've got the Greater Nobles back lower than the Senate, so should be good. Either way, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.